I honestly just, and again, I'm not trying to be a hater when I say this, but I can't imagine being the kind of person that buys a block of mozzarella cheese at the grocery store to eat the mozzarella like by itself at home when cheddar is like right there. Like the cheddar is literally right next to it. If you gotta get some mozzarella for like a string cheese, I understand. If you gotta get a mozzarella for an ingredient in something, totally get it. You know, you're not gonna make a cheddar cheese pizza. It's not the same. You can put cheddar on it, but like, you know, mozzarella's gotta be the base for most of them. But to just eat like a little piece of mozzarella cheese, I would take it. But like if cheddar's right there, I'm buying a block of cheddar over a block of mozzarella any day of the week. Mozzarella doesn't come in a block, it comes in a ball. European spotted. They are in North America. Mozzarella comes in a block. Buffalo mozzarella comes in a ball. We have a nomenclatural difference, okay? Now, if you get the ball mozzarella, I'm not going to be gaslit into saying that I said real mozzarella is bad. If you're having a caprese salad, I know you're not using shredded mozzarella cheese right off the Black Diamond block, okay? I didn't think you were buying real mozzarella. I thought you were buying processed mozzarella. It comes in a log in North America? Silence, New Yorker. Minnesotans, rise up. Tell them. Tell them when you go to the grocery store. Can I get someone here from Minneapolis, St. Paul, please? It's a log here? Okay, what about Idaho? There's got to be someone here from Idaho. You're half right. I can live with that. I think we're going to be half right on this Tradle too, because 122 million is like so small. Gold and diamonds. You know what? This has me thinking that like it must be something like Liberia. It's in the region. It's in Liberia's on the western coast of Africa, so this would be like in Central Africa. You know what? Which one is the Congo that might be like embargoed? The Democratic Republic? No, no, no. It's north of that. North of that, Chad. Southeast of that, the Central African Republic. You know, hey! Let's go! I will say, I mean, looking at the exports, this makes sense. But I've never like been at the grocery store and been like, oh, holy cow, like these dragon fruits are from, you know, the Central African Republic. I always think of the country when I'm in like Worldle, but I never see it in the real world. Very rare you'll see something on the news about Kenya, South Africa, Egypt, Morocco. Very rare you turn on the news and it's about the Central African Republic. Diamonds and gold. So true. Tom Waits pilled. What diamonds? It's not my favorite track on Rain Dog. Sorry, I don't know all the words. I'm more of a like, let me pop out of the window with confetti in my hair. D-Lap Jacks are better on a blanket by the stairs. Sorry, Global is not loading, so I have to keep singing. It's the rules. I tell you all my secrets, but I lie about 'em. Send me out to bed forever. Central African Republic. In before, it's 14,000 kilometers away. Oh, only 8,000 today. Alrighty then. I gotta say, as far as country names go, they did a great job on this one. That is the damn center. I'm gonna say that it's Lithuania. 8,000 kilometers away. Triangulating position. I'm going to say it's Azerbaijan. Triangulating position. Portugal. What? How can it be squarulating the position? How could it be like so? It's like equidistant from all of them. Could it? Is it Brazil? That doesn't seem right. That's way warmer. Okay, it's in South America, 1,300 kilometers away. How about a Panama? That's cooler, idiot. Okay, how about, oh, don't do this to me. How about Dominica? Son of a bitch. 165 kilometers from Dominica. Guyana? Suriname? Oh, Jesus Christ. Venezuela? St. Kitts and Nevis. Don't forget Nevis. That's even warmer, brother. Antigua and Barbuda. Oh! Sheesh. We didn't have to rely on chat that time, so that's like, it's progress. It's crazy that Antigua and Barbuda and Barbados are far away. They should be like adjacent. Same thing with like Dominica and the Dominican Republic. Like, why don't you just swap names? Why don't you swap the name of Haiti, which occupies the other half of the island that the Dominican Republic is on, with Dominica? Then the Dominican Republic and Dominica could be on the same island, and then you would just have like another island down at the bottom that's called Haiti now. You don't have to have everybody move from one to the other. Well, it's nomenclature. Oh, there's history, there's tradition, there's emotion attached. Come on, man. What are we doing here? I'm not worried about that shit. We should be trying to make Worldle easier. Listen, I have some doers. I know what you're going to say. Did they withstand the groins being blown out of them like every other pair of pants? No, they did not. Are they comfortable? Yes. Do they look nice? Yes. However, are they the world's most comfortable pants? That's insane. They can't compete with gray sweatpants. What are you talking about? This is Poland. Correct. That's just what it looks like. I don't know how to explain. There was no process of elimination. That's just what Poland looks like. Why is gray more comfortable? I mean, you know what I appreciate about that? You did not say, how is gray more comfortable? Which would have been invited an argument. You accepted that gray is more comfortable, which it is. And instead, you're asking, what's the magic behind it? And to be honest with you, I don't know the answer. But gray sweatpants, they are the most, I'm wearing gray shorts right now. I have black shorts too, but the gray shorts are so much more comfortable. I wear black sweatpants, but he's right. Well, you can wear black sweatpants like to work or like to a funeral or something like that. All my shorts are gray. All my shorts are gray. Can I tell you, I went to a restaurant for lunch with my daughter on Saturday. They played El Scorcho by Weezer, followed it up, Beverly Hills by Weezer. I said, oh shit. I was there for the next 70 minutes. It must have been Weezer Summer Jams playlist. It was all Weezer all the time. Now, mercifully, most of them were from the Blue Album through to Maladroit, okay? But I did have to hear a couple of Red Album and Beyond slappers. It's the Dan playlist. Okay, wait, hang on. Second weekend, it's already made over $100 million from Paramount. From 2015, I'm putting myself back in the mindset. 2015. It's like pre-PUBG. The movie stars Tom Cruise, but it's not Top Gun, even though it's from Paramount. What was Tom Cruise rocking in 2015? I feel like this would not be a Jack Reacher 2. This must be a Mission Impossible. I'm going to say that it is a Ghost Protocol or a Rogue Nation. I think it's Rogue Nation. Oh, because Ghost Protocol was like 2010 when he's going up the Burj Dubai like... And then Annihilation was the one that or Fallout, sorry, was the last one that I saw, which I loved. I saw it with Corey, and when we left the theater, he said that was good. It was a little predictable, though. A little predictable. It's a 10 out of 10 action thriller, man. Anyway, sorry, I'm not trying to rag on Corey today. I know he's going through it right now. $25 million opening from 20th Century Fox starring Miles Teller. This is the Fantastic Four disaster. It's insanity that this shit opened at 25 million. That's like so catastrophic for a superhero movie. Do you know how catastrophic it is? This is what Blue Beetle just opened up to yesterday. Oh my God. NL, don't insult Blue Beetle. It has 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's certified fresh. I don't know anything about this shit. I'm just pointing fingers, okay? STX Entertainment opened to 11 milli, starring Jason Bateman. I'm going to guess that it's a comedy. This is Identity Thief. Let's put a pin in that one for a second. Warner Brothers, second week, 8 million, lost 40%. That's not too bad. Actor 1, Ed Helms. This would be the Vacation reboot that nobody asked for. Okay, that's a gimme. Walt Disney crossed 100 million. It's a science fiction action adventure from 2015. It didn't do that well. Like, that doesn't feel like a Marvel movie to be at 150 mil after a month, unless it's Ant-Man, which did come out around this time. Oh! Okay, hang on. We got a chance on this one. What the hell was this Ed Helms movie? Not Ed Helms, this Jason Bateman movie. Let me get a tagline. The past will be your present. Thriller, mystery, drama? I don't know what this is. Jason Bateman? Thriller? Simon and Robin are a young married couple whose life is going as planned until a chance run-in with Simon's high school acquaintance sends their world into a tailspin. What is The Bully? What is Be Careful Who You Call Ugly in Middle School? What is The Yearbook Photo? Does that say the year I started masturbating? It's not. I gotta give up on that one, man. The Gift, I'm just being honest with you, I've never heard of it. Good movie. I saw this one. It's a pretty good movie. We still got 61st percentile, which is nice, but it's good. What's in the box? Not as good as Game Night? I mean, that's a movie right there. Did you see Matt Damon Good Will Hunting that guy? I don't know how to explain it any more succinctly than that. When the lady asked, like, aren't you incentivized to work harder because the harder you work, the more money you make? And he was like, of course you think that because you're in first year economics. I work hard because I want to be an actor. But teachers, on the other hand, like they want to teach. And then the cameraman says, like, yeah, but isn't 10% of anyone bad at their job? And then he said, you could be a shitty cameraman for all I know. Oh, man. But. How do you, I got the collective bargaining agreement. How do you like them apples? That being said, I do think that probably 10% of any occupation probably does suck at their job. The thing is, I don't think there's any way around it. Are 10% of teachers bad? Probably. Like, I was probably in that 10% when I was a teacher. The thing is, though, if they move to another profession, they're probably going to suck at that one, too. We might as well keep it equally balanced at 10% being shitty at, like, every profession. I don't want the 10% of shitty teachers to go out there and become shitty doctors, right? I think we did. The world has a homeostatic equilibrium here. As a kid, you can tank like one bad teacher. I mean, in high school, you're going to have like 4 different teachers a day. Well, we had 4. But I don't know. How many classes did you have a day in high school? We had one in the fall to winter semester. We had 4 classes a day. And then we finished those at Christmas. And then in the new year, we had 4 different classes. 6 periods? 5 to 7? We had like 4 87-minute long periods or something like that. I mean, like 8 is crazy. It's like, what? That's like, you have 39-minute long classes or something like that? Our periods were 50 minutes. 8 periods plus lunch. I mean, I guess it makes sense. This is a massive dub. I've never heard of anyone with the same high school timing. I thought it was normal, man. I mean, I feel bad for you because like 4 periods a day. I mean, obviously I normalized to that, but like 4 periods a day seem doable. 8 periods a day seems insane because the classes are shorter, which means they're probably all assigning you more homework, right? So doesn't your ass have like 4 hours of homework when you got home? I would typically have, I don't know, like an hour and a half to 2 hours, maybe more if like something was due or there's a big project, but like, I mean, that's insanity. I feel if you got 8 periods a day, if they all assign 15 minutes of homework, that's 2 fucking hours. And 15 minutes of homework is nothing. That's like opening the textbook to the right page and answering 2 questions. If they all assign a half hour, that's 4 hours of homework. That's insanity. Okay, hang on. Harry, Meg Ryan, Sally. I know this movie. You Beating Me is like Billy Crystal playing Scarface. Hang on, though. Dirty Grandpa. Dirty Grandpa, Robert De Niro. Zodiac Killer, Jake Gyllenhaal. Newspaper, that's Zodiac. Letters. Recruiter Baseball, Clint Eastwood. This would be The Trouble with the Curve. This is Dirty Grandpa, When Harry Met Sally. Now, here's what I'm thinking, okay? Don't talk to me about Dirty Grandpa. I still, once a week, it pops into my head when Aubrey Plaza says to Robert De Niro, I want you to fuck me so hard that my pussy floods the village. And then he says, like, the villagers will finally eat or something like that. Just, I have nothing positive to say about this movie, okay? I've seen it 4 times. Please don't do it again. Sorry. I feel like Robert De Niro and Billy Crystal are in a movie. The movie is called Analyze That and Analyze This. That being said, I don't think any of these other things apply because that's a movie where like Robert De Niro is a mobster who has to go to therapy or something like that. But I don't think that any of this other stuff is related. But definitely Grandpa Clint Eastwood seems like it could fit. Jake Gyllenhaal, Zac Efron, I don't know if they're in anything together. But it seems like an easy one, apparently. It's 4.4. Letters. Recruiter. Harry Potter. Harry Baseball. Harry... Dirty Harry! Okay, the Zodiac Killer's in Dirty Harry? He's cracked. It's based on the Zodiac Killer. It's a cameo. How old is the Zodiac Killer? God damn. I know I don't want to say you've got to stand a self-care king, but I mean, his epigenetic age must be crazy, right? He must be hot swapping blood bags with his grandkids. It's crazy. Isn't he dead? I don't know. Nobody knows who he is, right? Or wait, was it that the one where the after he died, the dude he made a Facebook post that was like, "No, my best friend is dead. Here's me and him hanging out in his backyard. By the way, he told me he was the Zodiac Killer." Oh, I forgot about that one. The Evil Dead. Wait. I see something here. I see Rob Zombie movies. Oz the Great and Powerful. Wait, I see Sam Raimi movies. Spider-Man, Drag Me to Hell, The Evil Dead, Oz the Great and Powerful. That's directed by Sam Raimi? This just seems to me to be movie sequels. Rocky 4, Saw 5, Hellraiser 3, Fast 10. And then Inside Man, Hell or High Water, Place Beyond the Pines, Ambulance. Movies with Jake Gyllenhaal. Movies with Eva Mendes. Movies with Eva Mendes? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, well, can I tell you something? I feel like the connection must be murder. Right? These all have some murder in them. Like Saw is a serial killer. All of these are about killers. Evil Dead, it's not really about a killer, I guess. It's kind of hard to explain. It's a book. It's kind of about a book that is evil. Spider-Man, Willem Dafoe, Sylvester Stallone. Fast X has everybody. Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, I don't know. Inside Man. Boy, I sure hope he does. Hell or High Water. It's a Western. Part of the problem for me is I don't know anything about these movies. Like Ambulance is the Jake Gyllenhaal one, where the trailer shows literally like the entire movie, right? Like they rob a bank, they steal an ambulance, there's a paramedic inside of the ambulance, and then they like have to drive the ambulance, but then they get out at the airport or something. Like I didn't even see the movie, but at the same I saw the trailer and I was like, I don't have to see the movie. Killers. Drag Me to Hell. Insanely good movie. Apollo would hate it. It's an unbelievable movie. Hellraiser 3, House of a Thousand Corpses. These are all about like cannibals or something. Except Halloween, he wears a mask. 3 from Hell. Wait a minute. Drag Me to Hell, 3 from Hell. Hellraiser 3. Hell or High Water. It's movies with hell in the title. It's that easy. Sam Raimi, Roman numerals, bank robberies. It's not Eva Mendes. I thought for sure it was Eva Mendes, man. Namely because I don't know if Eva Mendes is in any of those, but to be honest with you, I think I've seen like 2 movies Eva Mendes has ever been in. One of them was The Other Guys, and maybe Hitch. She's in one of those movies. All right. I didn't know that. Good for her. Oh, dude. Okay. So this is so much more doable than it looks like it is. Point Break to Stuart Little. Wait, no, it's not. Because this is the 2011 Point Break. I don't know who the fuck's in that. But then in Stuart Little, there's Jonathan Lipnicki. And then I feel like the main actor, the dad, is Rupert something, but I always forget he's in like Inspector Gadget with Matthew Broderick. And then I know the mom too, but I don't remember her name. I don't know anybody that's in the Point Break 2010, 2011, so we got to start here. Motherfucker's name is Daniel Bonjour. Really? We don't have any cameos from either Keanu Reeves or Patrick Swayze. Like, what a useless fucking remake. Bo Jesse Christopher? Like, what's going on here? You got to go Delroy Lindo, and then he's been in a lot of ensemble movies. Delroy Lindo is in Gone in 60 Seconds. Hang on, I got to think about this. How are we going to get to Matthew Broderick, brother? It's so gettable. Hang on, I'm cooking in my head right now. I'm actually cooking. Here's what you do. Gone in 60 Seconds, Angelina Jolie. Angelina Jolie takes you straight to the 90s it takes you to Girl Interrupted, which takes you to Winona Ryder, which takes you straight to the 90s. And also the modern day. But like, okay, just scroll me down here a little bit. Obviously, hang on, Matthew Broderick. Election. Election stars Chris Klein. Election stars Reese Witherspoon. Election stars, I don't know the other actors. Matthew Broderick, Inspector Gadget, Godzilla. Godzilla, who's in Godzilla? Reality Bites? Now that's a movie. Wait, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Keanu Reeves. Wait, I'm moving in the opposite direction. Where's Matthew Broderick? We got to go back further. We got to go back to the 80s, man. Christian Slater from Heathers. But how are you getting to Matthew Broderick? It's a great question. Oh, whoa. My brain. I don't know if Gina Davis is the mom from Stuart Little. I feel like I'm thinking the mom from Matilda is the same mom from Stuart Little. But Jeffrey Jones, unfortunately, allows you to get to Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which allows you to get to Matthew Broderick, which allows you to get to Inspector Gadget, which allows you to find Rupert Everett, who is the dad from Stuart Little. That's not the dad from Stuart Little, huh? I can picture that guy in my head. Okay, Rupert Everett. Take me way back. Where are we going now? We've got to get to Jonathan Lipnicki via Jerry Maguire. Should be so doable. Dude was in Dunstan Checks In. Okay, take me to my best friend's wedding. Cameron Diaz, Night and Day, Tom Cruise, Jerry Maguire, Jonathan Lipnicki, Stuart Little. You know what? Pretty good recovery, but Edgar Ramirez, Domino, Dabney Coleman. Who would have thought? Gina Davis is the mom from Stuart Little. Well, you know what? We know it for next time. I was picturing Matilda's mom. I don't know her name either, though. It's Rupert Everett. No, Rupert Everett's the guy. It must be Chris Everett. Guess the game. I know this game. Hugh Laurie? Hugh Laurie's not the dad in Stuart Little, is he? He is? That's crazy, man. I can't believe I saw that in theaters. I mean, I haven't seen it since then, because, I mean, once you've seen it on the big screen, you don't really need to see it on the small screen, you know? Jeffrey Jones is also in Stuart Little. Wow, I had no idea. Seeing Stuart Little on the big screen. You ever see Stuart Little on the big screen? He's like 25 feet tall. Guess the game. This is Tokyo Jungle. You can tell because the sign is clearly in English. Metacritic score. This is The Last of Us. Oh, sorry. This is The Last of Us Part Dos. He's done it. POV. You are about to be killed by somebody with a bow and arrow, so you have to use a machine gun to blow them away. But when you blow them away, they say, "This is going to make my daughter really sad." And then you go, "Oh, he was a real person just like me." I haven't really played a Naughty Dog game in like 30 years, so I don't know if that's a good representation of what they're like, but that's how they exist in my head. That's how the stereotype exists in my head. Based? Yeah, Crash Bandicoot's kind of sick. I like Crash Bandicoot. Boga boga. Always saying stuff like that. Always bouncing on crates, getting some Wumpa fruit. Finishing the level, saying there's no gems in that level. Then seeing a pale outline of a gem. And being like, where the heck was the gem? The whole level is just a straight line. How did I miss the gem? By the way, can I just, and I'm not trying to make you feel bad. You may have seen on Twitter, there was a quote tweet, is Crypto Bros take an L, all right? So the first picture is from like 2021. Is a guy with a scar on his abdomen saying, "Rip kidney, but I had to get a bored ape." And then it's a picture of his bored ape. And then the same person posted a picture or posted a tweet like a week ago that was like, "Hate to do this, but I had to sell my bored ape. I need money." And then like all the replies are like, "Wow, thank God you still got 2 kidneys, bro. At least you still got 2 kidneys. Don't let it make your, don't let it get you down, bro. At least you still got both of your kidneys." It's funny, but that motherfucker did not sell a kidney to buy a bored ape. He was making a joke at first. He probably had stitches on his abdomen for some, maybe he had his gallbladder taken out or something like that. He used that as an opportunity to make a joke. And then, like, we owe it to ourselves when we're dunking on people. We need to use media literacy, okay? There's people that legitimately were like, they think he sold his kidney on Facebook Marketplace to buy a bored ape. That's crazy. That's what community notes are for. They need to give me access to community notes. I'll be like, my community note will be like, "I don't think this happened. That just doesn't make sense." I don't know what this is. Castlevania. Aria of Sorrow. This is the game 13. This is the game Mom's Revenge. This is Green Hell. This is Borderlands. This is Borderlands 2. Rip to the pre-sequel, by the way. This is Borderlands 3. This is Tales from the Borderlands. He's done it. A Telltale Games series. Tales from the Borderlands. A Sex Man. Film. I know this game. I know the art. This is Tunic. It's that easy. I played Tunic at Tokyo Game Show in like 2015. That shit did not come out until like 2022. That's crazy. It wasn't even called Tunic when I played it. It was called like fucking... It was called something else. I can't remember what it was called, but it was something else for sure. Secret Legend, you mad genius. Holy cow. At the Council of the Elders here. You're absolutely right. Tunic. Central African Republic. One green is huge. Okay. Roller Coaster Tycoon. Between 1999 and 2022. Came out on the PC and is not a business sandbox game. Is not isometric and bird view. Should have known that from... We should have started with... well, let's pick something from the mid-2000s that's a first-person shooter. Give me Time Splitters. Time Splitters 1. Okay, look at that. It's not a first-person game. And it did not come out on the PlayStation 2. It's not a shooter. That's good to know. And it has nothing to do with fantasy, which means it is an action game. Maybe in the third person. I'm going to say it's Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox. Not, what do you, okay, it's a side view. This was the wrong Ninja Gaiden for the record. It's a side view from between the year 2000 and the year 2022. It's an action game, okay? It's Mark of the Ninja. It's more recent than 2012. I'm not using my guess yet. It's probably an adventure, but it also is either a simulator or a strategy. Like adventure seems like a given. It's either a simulator, it's probably an adventure strategy game. You can't always rely on the themes, because like I'm thinking of like Fallout Shelter, but that is not a, that would be a sandbox, I think. It's more recent than 2012. Side scroll. How about This War of Mine? It's not This War of Mine. It's from more recent than 2014. It does not have a theme of warfare. We should have known that. How about it's... Didn't make a lot of side scrollers between 2014 and 2022. It's probably Cuphead. It's from 27. Okay, now we've at least got enough that I feel like I could make the hint and it could possibly give us something good. Of course, Cuphead, my favorite. I guess it is a shooter, but like... Ubisoft San Francisco and Ubisoft from 2017. It's Assassin's Creed Liberation. It's Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. So that's in the wrong saga, brother. It's Assassin's Creed... Was it Assassin's Creed China? That was the side scroll? It doesn't exist. Assassin's Creed Rogue. South Park: The Fractured Butthole. Wrong saga. Good point, but I was not getting this. I was thinking of action games. I should have narrowed it down to RPGs. Side view? I guess it's side view, yeah. That's side view, though. A lot of you guys don't know that Ubisoft, at some point, they said, we're sick of... everybody being mad at us for making Assassin's Creed games. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make Assassin's Creed 3, and then we're going to make 8 Assassin's Creed games every single year that have different perspectives. The Assassin's Creed China is a 2D side-scroller, okay? I'm telling you, a lot of you weren't there. A lot of you were still in middle school at that point. Child of Light, though? Yeah, but we had Child of Light, like... a week ago. It's probably not going to be that again. Olivia Munn. Wasn't that a mobile game? Anything's a mobile game if you got your PlayStation 4 hooked up to your car because you were on Pimp My Ride. a 3-word comedy from the late 80s that people like, but critics don't like. Romancing the Stone. Everything you've ever hated about American teenagers in one auto-destructive movie. Revenge of the Nerds? That's too many words, but let's keep our brain in the right spot. This errant nonsense, obviously aimed at children who aren't yet 16 but who have the fantasies, goes beyond all bounds of intelligence and grace. Next clue. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I like this movie. The Coreys were actually funny in this one. Oh, it's okay. It's a Corey Feldman, Corey Haim joint, but all I know from Corey Feldman and Corey Haim is The Lost Boys. Were they in like the babysitter Adventures in Babysitting? Nope. Despite a hardworking cast, this deeply silly comedy only has a blank audiences. Despite the hardworking cast, this deeply silly comedy only has a blank audiences to seek out better films. I don't know. License to Drive. Fair enough. License to Drive audiences away. I get it. Teenager Les Anderson. You would really be like 15 years old in 1988, have a name like Les. You'll meet like a young boy. You'll be like, what's your name? He'll be like, Walter. Like, you are 80 years old already. Thought life couldn't get any worse after he flunked his driver's exam. Corey, it's the Cold War. Life could obviously get worse. It's gonna it is gonna get better for like a while, but then I don't know, it's in dispute right now. We're figuring it out. This is old as hell. This shit is like from Wild Wild West. You remember this dude has a thing on his ear and then he goes, and the wax comes, the drainage comes out? This is from 1907. It's 1923, okay? That's later than I would have expected. Must have been crazy when there was like a traffic jam that was just people. Like before cars existed. Oh, why are you home so late, Walter? Oh, sorry, there was a lot of traffic on Main Street. Never been to a concert? Oh, that's a good point. I guess I've been to Disney World. There was a horse pile up on the road. This is 1930. 1927. This is New York City, baby. Ain't no other city like it. And this, to me, this is within my lifespan. This looks like 1993. That's 1999. New York always was a little bit behind the times compared to Kingston, Ontario. This is the moon. So this must be 1969. I do have to say, though, this is how people dress in Indiana Jones. This is some Indiana Jones attire, which makes me think that this is the late 1940s. Oh! My 2 cents is that this is the Eastern Front of the Second World War, circa 1944. 1940. Oh, maybe that's the Winter War then. Maybe this is in Finland. We did well at the end. We did not do well at the start. It stings, but it's the honest to goodness truth. Being alive with no internet must have been crazy. It's really not. Like, you're alive without the internet all the time. Unless you're like literally online all the time. It is, you know what I think back to though? Is it was kind of insane to meet your friends. Even now, like, I feel more confident, like, making plans because if someone, no problem, Kate, no problem. If someone is going to be late, they'll probably text you or they'll call you or something like that. But I would literally like make plans with my friends. I'd be like, on Saturday, let's go see the 3 p.m. showing of Die Another Day. I would tell that to them on Friday. And then on fucking Saturday at 2:30, their ass would be at the movie theater waiting for me. That's crazy. That would not happen, you know, in the old days or in the modern days. You would have to send them a calendar request. They'd put their pin on the map, and then they'd be like, I'm 10 minutes away, and the pin would be someplace that's 20 minutes away, and you'd be like, fuck you. And then, should we buy tickets? No, it's all assigned seating these days. Don't worry, we'll just sit it, and then they don't fucking show up. Sorry, guys, I decided I'm not really feeling it. There's a tickle in my throat. Back in the day, sometimes you would be like, hey, I'm not coming to school tomorrow. Can you come to my house Sunday for lunch? You could rely on people back then, man. And if they were late, you know what you did? You just waited for them. Sometimes you wait 10 minutes, they don't show up. You wait 15 minutes, they don't show up. You go into the movie by yourself. This is not a joke. So this is in the era of cell phones, but I didn't have a smartphone at this time, at least. In 2010, I arranged a date with a young lady, okay? I said, hey, meet me at this pub for like 1 p.m. for lunchtime, okay? 1 p.m. rolled around. I'm sitting in the pub. Waiter comes over and says, hey, do you want something to eat? I said, no, thanks, I'm waiting for somebody. Now I'm on the hook. Now the waiter and I are in this situation together. Now he's rooting for me. I sit there for 10 minutes, empty chair. 30 minutes, empty chair. At 45 minutes, and I don't even have a phone, right? I'm sitting there watching whatever they got on TV in the restaurant. After 45 minutes, I just got up and left. I went home and sent her a message on like MSN Messenger and said, what the hell? And she said, I couldn't find you. And I said, I was sitting in a table in the pub. And she said, oh, I was I was waiting for you on one of the couches downstairs because it was in like the student commons. And I was like, did I stutter? You were sitting at the Brass alone? Excuse me, I wouldn't debase myself going to the Brass unless I was watching the 2010 Vancouver Olympics. This was at the Queen's Pub, okay? Did you text her first? No, it was 2010. It's at that weird period where we were like moving from like not texting everyone to texting everyone. We were still living a little bit analog back then. In 2010, we had iPhones. I didn't. I was 20 years old. You were probably 12, which is why you had one. I was buying my own shit. You think I was spending $500 on a glorified calculator back then? No chance. We were texting in 2005. I wasn't texting in 2005. I was using Facebook Messenger to tell my friends to come to a kegger at our place in 2008. That's about as modern as it got. I'm not sending anybody a text. I'm not using the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Beep, 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 beep. You had to press a button 8 times just to get the right letter. Come to... I tell you on Thursday when I see you at Econ 101, we're throwing a rager. It starts 9:45 a.m. on Saturday. It's $10 at the door. Come on over. Wouldn't I know it? You show up at 9:30. You say, hey, can I help cook the hash browns? We used to be able to rely on people, man. Speaking of which, this is New York City. Circa you can take a maxi up, but you can't let a mini down. This is not New York City. This is not how people talk in New York City. New York. Okay, this is New York City. New York Rugby Football Club supports GAMS. Fight for chicks. Minis are for he-men. What's... Because, like, all the verbiage is, like, 1930. But these people are... Well, except for this guy's dressed like it's fucking 1903. He's dressed like Peaky Blinders. I don't know. This is weird. It's a pro miniskirt group. Yeah, I know, but like, why do they have to advocate for miniskirts when it's obviously like, look at this guy. This is 2003. Isn't this Julian Casablancas? Okay, I'm going to say this is 1971. It is 1970. Protesting for miniskirts? You can see why the younger generation thinks that the world was perfect like 40 years ago, right? Obviously, you know that it wasn't perfect, but there was a protest in downtown, like in Manhattan, near the Hudson Yard, for miniskirts. This is Worcester. The Coventry somethings. I'm going to say this is in Coventry. Coventry, of course, everybody knows, is just another name for London. And this is circa, based on the hats, I'm going to say this is circa 1954. It's 1938. They don't know, and don't tell them. It is close to London, though. I didn't know. My dreams? See, this one's crazy because this is like France. This is France, man. This is an all-time great selfie. What's the Ellen DeGeneres selfie? The body text is like, if only Bradley Cooper's arm was longer. That would go crazy with this picture. I think this is Paris, France, or like Belgium. And I'm going to say this is 1972. It's 1999? What camera were they using, brother? This is like some Kodachrome or something like that. This is not what the world looked like in 1999. This is like a 0.8 megapixel camera. They weren't taking selfies in the 70s. They weren't taking selfies in the 90s either. You had to look through the viewfinder. Valkenhem, Fecko, Revens, Froken, Sverige, Miss Universum. Okay. Welcome home to Sweden. You think I don't know what Sverige is? When Elias Pettersson is on my favorite hockey team, she must have won Miss Universe, okay? Or Miss Universum. I'm going to guess that she came home to Stockholm, and this is circa 1955. And then she's like about to be cast in an Ingmar Bergman film. Holy cow. Hillevi Rambin being cheered on in Stockholm, 9,900 points. Black Panther Party, Washington, D.C. chapter. This is the events surrounding the trial of the Chicago Six. But it's in, I'm assuming it's in Washington, D.C. because it says Washington, D.C. chapter, although I suppose they could have set up a remote office. Washington, D.C., as everybody knows, is located right there. Burp. And this is 1968. 9,500. Dude, we're 31 points. 31 points away from getting what I've considered a win arbitrarily. And I think we have time to finish them all today because Kate said she needed 10 more minutes. Oh, man, I'm going to have such a killer ham sandwich after this. Oh! And if you guys have not been eating fruit this summer, you're running out of time. My fruit consumption lately is crazy. My fruit consumption is bringing the walk to Poland, okay? I've been pushing P on the fruit consumption. I've been eating nectarines. I've been eating golden kiwis. Well, I highly recommend the golden kiwi. What's great about the golden kiwi? You completely circumvent the argument of should you eat the skin on the kiwi. Because a golden kiwi doesn't have fur on the outside. You can eat the whole thing. There's a little belly button at the bottom you might want to throw in your compost. But you can eat the whole thing. I've been eating white peaches, delicious. Strawberries, blueberries, blackberries. It's crazy, man. The fruit is going nuts right now. Do you slice them up? Nah, man. That's what I love the flavor of a kiwi, but I didn't really eat the kiwis before because the processing was always so annoying. With the golden kiwis, you just eat the whole kiwi. It's like it's an apple. You just got to be a little careful about the juice, but thanks for that global warming. Oh, shut up. Even if the sea level rises like, 3 meters, it'll be the apocalypse, but I'm still going to enjoy a good fruit. I'm not going to be like, oh, this kiwi tastes worse knowing that the climate was altered so that it grew sweeter as a result of the very ecological disaster killing us all. I would still be like, yum, kiwi, and then I would go back to piling sandbags or something like that. Anyway, hello Chibli, by the way. Chibli, get Game Pass, man. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's fun. It would be even more fun with people that we know, so we could talk. Because if you just have all chat on, I mean, the first thing that somebody said to me in all chat was, it wasn't a racial slur, but they suggested they wanted to murder everybody of a specific race. So I turned that off as soon as possible, and that wasn't even with VoIP on. That was in text, man. There were also a lot of asterisks beside it, so they might have been dropping some nasty stuff. It's Texas, dude? Okay, I'm going to +2 you on that one. This is a $295,000 house. Reedville, Virginia. This is a $395,000 house. This is a $795,000 house. This is a $595,000 house. It's a $695,000 house. He's insane. Holy cow, he's cracked. Today I'd like to go from the United States to Peru. This one's always embarrassing for me. Let's see how much I remember. With that much shorefront, you started at $295K? Bro, I don't know if it's the ocean or like a good lake or if that's just somebody's fucking pond or something. You know, if it's the ocean, I understand it's going to be expensive. If it's somebody's pond, I don't know, it's less expensive. More expensive than if there was no pond, but less expensive than if it was a notable body of water. I can do this. We go from the United States to Mexico. We go from Mexico to well, you know what? Hang on. We're going to, at some point, we're going to have to connect via Panama. And then from Panama, we're going to go to Colombia. And then there's our connection. I didn't know Colombia bordered Peru. Now that I think about it, yes, I did. But for a second, I didn't. And then Mexico borders Nicaragua. No, but it's still on the critical path. Mexico borders. This is Honduras. This is this bad boy right here. That's Costa Rica. I could tell you that much. And you must be Guatemala. Time? I didn't know that I was doing it, but I did it. Cracked. That was complete luck, by the way. And then, oh, I already did Puck Doku today. Isn't there a second Puck Doku? There's Puck Doku Mini, but that's, I don't know, a mere 4x4 grid. Isn't there Puck Doku Mini? Puck Doku Hockey. Immaculate Grid Hockey. How to play Immaculate Grid Hockey. Listen. This one doesn't even have pictures, man. Why would I play this without pictures? They didn't even get the logos out here? Okay, Chicago Blackhawks, Edmonton Oilers, 500 plus goals in career. All right. I mean, it is like a flashbang out, don't get me wrong. Edmonton Oilers, Buffalo Sabres, Phil Housley. What? I give up. 500 plus goals in their career, played for the New Jersey Devils. Alexander McGillney. Am I stupid? 500 plus goals in their career, played for the Buffalo Sabres. Gilbert Perreault. Gilbert Perreault. Thank you, thank you. Okay. 500 plus goals in their career, 100 plus points in a season. What is all of them? Let's start. How about, I'll tell you what, how about a Jaromir Jagr? Good choice. Okay, good one. Alexander McGillney has 473 goals. Motherfucker. Are you kidding me? 400, he couldn't score 27 more? Drives me crazy, man. Chicago Blackhawks, Buffalo Sabres, New Jersey Devils, Edmonton. These should be so easy. What's wrong with me? Why? Well, you know what? Edmonton Oilers, 100-point season. How about a little guy by the name of Wayne Gretzky? Maybe you've heard of him. You could tell he was good at hockey because he's the only motherfucker in Puck Doku wearing a normal clothes. He's not even wearing his jersey for the picture. This shit is from like 8 years after he retired, too. Oh, you mean the guy from the gambling ads? Yeah, Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky is not just the Wayne Gretzky of hockey. He's also the Wayne Gretzky of convincing you to get addicted to gambling. Chicago Blackhawks, 100-plus point season. Let's go simple mode. How about a little Patty Kane? Now, we can definitely... New Jersey Devils, 500-plus goals in his career. It's got to be Patrick Elias. It's got to be Bobby Holik. This is a disaster, man. Kate's good to go? All right. Oh, sorry, guys. I got to go. My wife's ready to stream. Hope you guys enjoy. I know a lot about hockey. I think the game must be bugged.